Stable inflation is expected following recent fuel price adjustment. Big project development of electricity in Indonesia will be involving mining companies. I wish you a pleasant morning. You're watching Revenews International Business and Economic Updates. Today we're going to have a discussion with Ms. Nadia Ouahdani. She's the CBI Program Manager of Foreign Affairs Ministry of the Netherlands. I'm Adrian Semanyatak. This is Revenews International. Lower price of RON 88 or premium fuel recently applied by the government raised an expectation of more stable inflation this year. However, economists said that it won't be as simple as that if the logistics system remains poor, especially on high logistic costs.
With lower price of RON 88 fuel, which will be also followed by lower tariff of transportation, make many parties optimistic on stable inflation. However, this expectation seems to be not simple as lower fuel price is not followed yet by the price of staple food. Anis Rihartati, Director of Institute for Development of Economics and Finance, said that fuel has a significant contribution on production cost, including on food. Thus, when the price of food remain high, even after lower fuel price, it could indicate structural problem in market.
Tetapi ketika terjadi penurunan biaya-biaya yang untuk biaya produksi, termasuk BBM ini kan mempunyai sumbangan terhadap biaya produksi. Mestinya kalau BBM turun, maka biaya produksinya turun. Tetapi ini tidak mau, sisi pasokannya tidak mau menurunkan. Nah, artinya ini ada persoalan di dalam persaingan struktur pasar kita. Jadi pasar ini tidak bekerja secara sempurna karena apa? Karena ada beberapa pihak mungkin dan ada sekelompok orang yang bisa mengendalikan pekerjanya pasar sehingga harga ini kita sebut mengalami kekakuan.
She also pointed out on the logistics system, which also plays a very important role on food pricing in Indonesian market. With poor logistics system, especially reflected by high logistic cost, stabilization of staple food price will be a quite difficult task. Jakarta, Ayu Arianti and Yusuf Stefanus for MNC Business.
Meanwhile, business players urged the government to lower electricity tariff after the adjustment of fuel price recently. On the other hand, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources explained that electricity tariff adjustment does not only depend on global oil price but also rupiah exchange rate.
Business players expect government to decrease electricity tariff following the fall of global oil price. Responding to this, Director General of Electricity in the Energy and Mineral Resources Ministry, Jarman, explained that electricity tariff adjustment is triggered by three components. Those are rupiah currency, ICP, and inflation rate. He further explained that even though global oil price is indeed in decrease trend, which also lead into fuel price decrease in the country, however, the weakening rupiah towards dollar has held the electricity tariff from decreasing.
Kebetulan kita kan menghadapi US dollar yang naik ya, jadi rupiah melemah. Terus, tapi di satu pihak ICP turun kan gitu. Nah tentu kita lihat berapa masing-masing besarnya. Tapi karena kita lihat bahwa pada saat bersamaan meskipun ICP turun US dollarnya naik, nah mungkin nanti tarifnya juga turun sedikit saja gitu.
Jarman assured that whether global oil price will keep on decreasing, government would make the rupiah strengthening for electricity tariff to decrease significantly. Whether the rupiah is still maintained in the weakening trend, while the global oil price is decreasing, the possibility of electricity tariff to decrease would be small. Jakarta, Ayos Carlos, MNC Business.
Another information regarding electricity. Government expected the readiness of independent power producers or IPP in order to realize 35,000 megawatt power plant mega project. As a matter of fact, mining companies which intend to be involved in the development should go through an independent procurement agent by PLN.
In order to realize government's program of 35,000 megawatt electricity power plant, government expected the readiness of independent power producers or IPP in handling the project. The power plant development is reported to be done mostly by private companies. Considering the project done is one of big projects in the country, participation from mining companies in the country is also expected. Member of National Electricity Development Program Implementation Unit or UP3KN, Agung Wicaksono stated that whether the mining companies have the intention to get involved in the developing, for example by developing power plant in the mining area, it should be through independent procurement agent by the state electricity company.
Perusahaan tambang itu kalau dia membangun PLTU mulut tambang, maka prosedurnya jelas, itu bisa tunjuk langsung, tapi melalui independent procurement agent yang sedang disiapkan oleh PLN. Jadi nanti tetap akan ada due diligence. Dicek kemampuan finansial, kemampuan teknis, track recordnya, siapa pemegang sahamnya, siapa sponsornya. Nah, ini independent procurement agent yang ditunjuk oleh PLN akan melakukan due diligence secara tuntas sehingga nanti ada keyakinan, tidak ada lagi keraguan ini mampu atau tidak.
In the Ministerial Regulation Number 3/2015 about electricity purchase procedure and the price standard, it is mentioned that for steam power plant cell in mining area, the standard price for a 100 megawatt power plant is 8.2 cent dollar per kilowatt hours at maximum. For 150 megawatt power plant will be 7.65 cent dollar per kilowatt hours. 300 megawatt for 7.18 cent dollar per kilowatt hours, and 6 megawatt for 6.9 cent dollar per kilowatt hours. Jakarta, Ayos Carlos, MNC Business.
State-owned mining companies is reported to acquire the biggest capital injection from the Ministry of State Enterprises. As it has been known, the ministry is planning to give state capital injection for state enterprises with expectation it could encourage the company's performance and boost state revenue eventually.
Government is preparing state capital injection of 72.97 trillion rupiah, which most of the capital would be allocated for strategic state enterprises such as PT Aneka Tambang. Based on the data, the state mining company would be getting the biggest injection of 7 trillion rupiah.
Yang besar adalah ke PT Aneka Tambang karena ada yang terlambat diharuskan untuk melakukan hilirisasi untuk dapat mengekspor produknya. Jadi produknya itu harus sudah menjadi proses atau barang yang terproses baru bisa ekspor. Karena itu kita harus melakukan investasi yang cukup besar di pertambangan.
Minister of State Enterprises Rini Sumarno expected that with the capital injection, PT Antam would be able to increase the company's purification activity of mineral products, which it could give added value for mineral commodity. With the added value, it would increase exportation of mineral product and lead into higher state revenue. Meanwhile, PT Antam is planning to do an innovation of increasing the company's investment by adding capital asset through technology in processing anode slime. The technology would be able to produce valuable mineral such as gold and palladium. Jakarta, Raharjo Patmo, MNC Business.
With promising price fluctuation of gold as well as the derivative products, gold mining companies will not be hesitant to invest their working capital to increase the processing productivity. One of the ways is to upgrade gold processing into other minerals.
The most popular safe haven instrument, gold commodity, is created through a long and complicated process. The highest the quality is, the biggest the investment needed, and the most latest technology used for the processing. State company PT Aneka Tambang is operating a new facility of top-blown rotary converter that is able to extract not only gold but also other noble metal such as selenium, palladium, platinum and other metals from anoded slime product. The director of Aneka Tambang, Teddy Badrujaman, said that this facility worth $500,000 has the production capacity of 500 tons anode slime per year. With the assumption of 1% gold in average in each ton of anode slime, Antam could get another 5 tons of gold from the current production.
Ya, tentu bagi Antam ini akan sangat bermanfaat karena dari tambang Pongkor dan Cibaliung pun itu nilainya tidak lebih dari 3 ton. Nah, dari 500 ton andas lainnya sudah 5 ton, itu sudah melebihi tambang kami yang ada.
Not only stopping in this stage, Antam also plans to increase the production even more into 2,000 tons of anode slime per year. However, it will take some time as it needs negotiation with other companies in terms of getting more supply. Jakarta, Raharjo Patmo for MNC Media.
Moving to furniture industry, Indonesian Furniture Industry Association made a cooperation with Center for the Promotion of Imports from Developing Countries to support Indonesia furniture industry in the global market. By making the partnership, it is expected it could improve the export performance of furniture products to European Union market.
Indonesia Furniture Industry or AMKRI is cooperating with Center for the Promotion of Imports from Developing Countries or CBI Netherlands in order to develop and strengthen Indonesia furniture industry in global market. With the cooperation, it is expected that it could increase exportation of furniture products to European Union. Vice Chairman of Rattan Furniture in AMKRI, Regina Kindangan, stated that the cooperation between Indonesia and CBI Netherlands is one of strategic action. She added that with the cooperation, it would definitely boost the sector performance eventually.
Keuntungan yang kita bisa dapatkan adalah kita bisa mengembangkan para anggota kita, mendapatkan strategic thinking, terus dengan strategi pengembangan pasar yang lebih tepat, dengan pengembangan desain yang lebih tepat, dan tentunya juga kita sebagai pengusaha bisa mendapatkan input-input yang paling akurat dari para ahlinya yang memang berkecimpung di bidang tersebut di pasar yang kita tuju, yaitu Eropa.
Indonesia furniture industry is considered to be quite prospective. Most of Indonesian-made furniture products are able to be sold in international market. Program Manager of CBI, Nadia Ouahdani, stated that Indonesia furniture is having better quality to other countries. Moreover, the competitive price offered by business players has made the products even more attractive for
Indonesia has to change their marketing strategy because the potential of the furniture sector of Indonesia on the European market would be especially quality-wise.
Moreover, through the cooperation, it is expected that it could also create skillful human resources in the industry or improve the quality of HR. This way, the industry would be able to grow even bigger, supported by qualified HR in furniture industry. Jakarta, Olena Wibisana, MNC Business.
Coming up next, a discussion about the role of CBI in supporting export performance. Stay with Revenews International.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business.
Market players formula to prosper their investor and market.
Otoritas Jasa Keuangan OJK pemirsa menyatakan ada 3 bank besar di Indonesia yang masuk kategori kualitas.
On this talk show, they will reveal their winning combination.
Waktu belum lagi kita bicara masalah keamanan. Apa sih jaminan Anda kalau misalnya saya taruh isi 1 miliar?
Be a good business player and act wisely. Dealing Room on MNC Business.
Inilah Power Breakfast.
Start your day with more quality and knowledge.
Kita lihat diadakan Dow Jones semalam ditutup melemah. Pagi ini kawasan Asia juga berada di zona negatif.
Get inspiration from the newest information from economic, business, and general news.
Negara-negara di kawasan Asia Tenggara ini akan dijadikan sebuah wilayah kesatuan pasar.
Here's your inspiring breakfast. Our breakfast. Only on MNC Business. show focuses on general economic issues, presenting policymakers, government officials, and experts.
Mekanismenya nggak ada hak Kementerian BUMN menjual gedung.
Jadi seharusnya siapa yang berhak?
Kementerian Keuangan.
Keep yourself up to date only on Economic View on MNC Business.
Warna baru yang akan menginspirasikan keseimbangan kehidupan. MNC Health and Beauty. Pengetahuan lengkap seputar metode penyembuhan. Ask your doctor. Temukan sentuhan menawan untuk penampilan Anda dalam High Life dan Star Beauty Style. Informasi mendalam untuk membuka jendela pengetahuan seputar penampilan di Beauty A to Z. Tubuh yang sehat dibangun lewat cara hidup yang tepat. Body in shape, healthy food, happy tummy. Semua terangkum lengkap dalam MNC Health and Beauty.
Summary and Outlook.
Cooperation between two countries will bring advantages to both sides. In this case, the Netherlands aim to help Indonesia grow a sustainable economic development by boosting Indonesia's export performance. So, through CBI, the Netherlands offer a variety of market information tools to keep exporters and BSOs in developing countries in step with the very latest development on the European Union market. How is actually the market's response, and how does actually CBI support Indonesia's export performance? We're talking more about it. Have a look at this one.
Whether or not a local economy is strong, furniture companies, whether retailers or manufacturers, execute ways that are thriving in today's economy. The consumers are much more environmentally aware and more educated. Parents especially understand the importance of not having their purchases end up in a landfill. Companies that make or sell authentically and environmentally responsible products are thriving, whether or not the local economy is strong. Today's customers are looking for items that fit their lifestyles, their personal styles and tastes, and those pieces of quality. All these factors play into their final decisions, and all within a certain capped budget. Indonesia, an emerging country, is known as a producer and exporter of wood to developed countries. Therefore, there is a side to help maximize the potential. The Center for the Promotion of Imports from Developing Countries, internationally known by its Dutch acronym CBI, was established in 1971. CBI is an agency of the Netherlands Ministry of Foreign Affairs and part of the development cooperation effort of the foreign relations of the Netherlands. CBI contributes to the economic development of developing countries by strengthening the competitiveness of companies from those countries on the markets of the European Union and EFTA. The primary clients and direct beneficiaries of CBI are, first, exporters, second, business support organizations in developing countries, and third, importers of outsourcers. CBI offers a variety of market information tools to keep exporters and business support organizations in developing countries in step with the very latest development on the EU market. It includes information about relevant governmental and voluntary and non-tariff barriers. It has an online facility that links well-versed suppliers in developing countries. eligible for CBI assistance to reliable importing companies in the EU. What could be the ways CBI cooperates with Indonesia, especially in the furniture industry? A discussion about the role of CBI in Indonesian furniture industry will be on Revenews International.
So to discuss more about the role of CBI in supporting export performance, we have Ms. Nadia Ouahdani. She's the CBI Program Manager of Foreign Affairs Ministry of the Netherlands. So good morning, Miss.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, goedendag.
Goedendag. That's correctly said.
All right, so it's about the cooperation between Indonesia and the Netherlands. And then you are from CBI. And what is actually CBI? Is it part of the Foreign Ministry Affairs?
That's true. Actually, CBI is a trade-related technical assistant agency, and it's part of the Dutch government, and it's actually financed by the development aid budget of the Dutch government. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So what does CBI actually stand for?
The acronymic, you mean?
Yeah, because when I hear about the word, the Center for Promotion of the promotion of that is CPI, not CBI. So what is actually CBI?
Actually, it's the abbreviation of the title in Dutch. And do you want me to pronounce it?
Yeah.
It's Centrum voor Bevordering van Import uit Ontwikkelingslanden. So that's a very long sentence.
I think I can pronounce it. Right.
So actually it stands for the Center for the Promotion of Imports from Developing Countries, but then translated in the Dutch language. Yep.
All right. To make it easier. And then for the export, what kind of segment are you aiming? Is it just for emerging countries, or I can say developing countries?
Yeah, actually we are operational in 48 developing countries, and sectors, we are specialized in 27 sectors. And of course it depends on which sector in which country has potentiality for the European market, and we research that by investigating the value chain, and then we decide, okay, this would be a potential sector in this country to access the European market, and it will also contribute to economic growth and export growth. And in Indonesia, these are like 5 sectors of which we think that would be potential for the European market. And then we are talking about the engineering sector, the fishery sector, the food ingredient sector, tourism, and the furniture sector. We have like integrated packages in which we aim not only the exporters, but also the business environment. We advise government and local governments how to enhance the business environment. So it's not only targeting the sector and the exporters themselves in coaching them, but also the business environment, which is of course very important.
But then by how? Do you make a training session or maybe any other workshop?
Workshop and training session, we say that's like a transfer of knowledge is one of the things we do. We also provide market information, which is of course very important. If you want to access a certain market, you need to know the market's requirements, you need to know what the consumer demands are. So all these kind of information, we publish that on our website, and we provide it to the exporters in the developing countries. And that's one of the things we do. And the other things is it's actually very unique for the CBI. If we talk about technical related trade-related technical assistant agency in the world, then the uniqueness of CBI is that they have export coaching programs. And these programs, they cover like a period of 4 years in which we coach each individual exporter. We help them not only in the production line, in marketing promotion, in design, in product development, in a lot of things. So we go step by step by step until they reach the final phase, which is like actually going to a trade show, in which we support them as well, and also matchmaking. So in the end, we organize a business-to-business contact for these exporters.
Okay, so you provide information on the EU market.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so about the deeper view of CBI's programs, we'll discuss it in the later segment.
Yes.
We'll be right back with more discussion. Stay tuned on Revenews International.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business.
This one is spectacular. 100 participants. And the chosen one will take opportunity to win the prize of millions rupiah.
Salah atau pas?
Salah.
Salah. Kita kunci jawaban Anda.
So, are you there to beat this game? Quiz siapa lebih berani? On MNC Business.
Some good place buried somewhere out there. Will you find them? Follow the journey to discover beautiful places for hangout.
Selain mempunyai one-stop beauty center, tempat ini memiliki satu ruangan yang disulap menjadi kafe dengan menghadirkan menu-menu ala Prancis yang menggugah selera.
Ya, menurut saya tempat ini bagus, cozy, enak, apalagi
Hidden Oasis on MNC Business.
Our breakfast.
Welcome back. Our discussion is about the role of CBI in supporting export performance. And we still have Ms. Nadia Ouahdani. She is the CBI Program Manager of Foreign Affairs Ministry of the Netherlands. So continuing the discussion, it's about the import of the Netherlands. And then currently, how big is the Netherlands import from developing countries?
Actually, 22% of import products from the Netherlands comes from developing countries. So that's quite big, 22%.
Do you want to mention all, the example of the developing countries?
There are a couple of countries in Asia, in Africa. There are a lot. It could be Bangladesh. It could be not of course not India, but Sri Lanka, Indonesia. We count amongst developing countries as well, and some countries in East and West Africa.
All right. And then to be more specific, how big is the import of the Netherlands from Indonesia?
Actually, the imports are, I think, by heart, $2.8 billion versus what we export to the Indonesian markets, it's $0.6 billion. So the imports from Indonesia are, I think, 4 times what we export to your country.
All right. Yeah. So it plays a big role as well.
Yes.
All right. And then in relation to the sustainable economic development, which is the keyword here now, do you see Indonesia could grow such economic development by significant support from CBI?
Definitely, and that's why we are also here. Actually, we have been on the market for more than 40 years, very successfully. Otherwise, we would not be here.
All right.
Yes, and we've been in Indonesia for more than 20 years, and actually, we have very concrete success stories. Last week I was in Bali and I had this lady telling me that in 1 year of coaching by CBI, she was able to triple her revenue. So that's a very good thing. And she's not the only one, by the way. So we have a lot of success stories.
Okay, by far, how do you see potential resources in Indonesia?
Actually, you have abundant resources for when we talk about the furniture sector. I think Indonesia is the lead supplier in, for example, rotan. 80% of world's rotan production comes actually from Indonesia. So and also you have a very specific wood sort of woods, and that's actually a very good advantage of the Indonesian furniture sector. You have a lot of raw materials and very interesting raw materials as well, very specific.
Okay, especially in furniture industry, Indonesia provides so many major proportion of rattan, and then. What does Indonesia have and Netherlands doesn't, that the country sees the opportunity to import such products?
Actually, what you have a lot, what we don't have is natural resources. And what Holland has is knowledge. We actually are a knowledge economy. So that's why how we create our GDP, our revenues by knowledge. And we believe that we could help contribute to the economic growth of Indonesia by supporting the exports to the EU. And we do that by transferring knowledge. So the knowledge about, for example, the market requirements in the European market, but also about what the market trends are, what the new designs are, and etc.
Okay, is it because of the geographical location or any other factors?
Well, that could be the case, but I still believe that there is a lot of knowledge and also technical knowledge which would be very valuable to share with the small and medium enterprises in Indonesia to make them access the European market easier. Yeah.
Okay, it could help the industries in Indonesia to grow.
Yep.
And then, so which kind of product mostly imported from Indonesia other than rattan?
It's especially vegetable oils, I think, yeah. Palm oil and derivatives of palm oil, but also coconut oil. These are but also furniture, of course, but these and organic chemical products.
Are they becoming a favorite in the Netherlands?
Definitely, because, of course, we have this shared history together with Indonesia, and we have long-standing relationships, and Indonesia is special to the Netherlands, and I think vice versa. So, yes, it's for us, it's an interesting country and also an interesting supplier to our importers, yes.
The mutual cooperation and benefiting each other.
Yep.
And then, what about the import duty and export duty? Is that, okay, does CBI face any difficulty in passing the trade barriers?
Actually, there are, of course, tariff barriers and non-tariff barriers to access the European market. A good thing is that Indonesia is one of the first Asian countries to have a PTA with the European Union. The PTA stands for a PCA, Partnership and Cooperation Agreement, which is the good thing. If we talk specifically about import duties, well, on our website, which is www.cbi.eu, you have actually by code of product what the market access requirement are in tariffs, but also in non-tariffs, and that's huge information. But if someone is interested to know, then they can go to the website and put their code, the product code, and they can find out what the barriers are.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we'll talk about the challenges, more about it. And what about the CBI cooperation with AMCRI? Okay, so but in the later segment. Don't go anywhere, we still have one more segment for discussion. Stay with us.
Kuis siapa lebih berani? Global issues may create an impact on your business. Cause that was the most decisive part of a business plan. So here we are to find solution. With more insights and suggestion by our experts.
Direkomendasikan baik untuk kesehatan selama.
Summary and outlook on MNC Business. Talk show about current business
Awareness dari
affairs.
holistik sendiri hanya yoga, pilates.
Dari kami menyediakan provide jasanya adalah
Focuses on advocating many angles of local and international business interests. Presenting the most competent and trustworthy business people. BizBrave. Only on MNC Business. Talk show and debate about general economic issues. Focuses on policymakers' background or arguments in formulating regulations. Presenting government officials and experts.
This is MNC Business. We are the first business channel in Indonesia, and you are on Economic Buzz, the investment talks.
E-Buzz on MNC Business.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business.
Welcome back. I'm still with Miss Nadia Ouahdani. She's the CBI Program Manager of Foreign Affairs Ministry of the Netherlands. And we are talking about the role of CBI in supporting export performance. So continuing the discussion, it was about the challenges you faced. And then what about the challenges you faced in exporting, about the importation in Indonesia? such as maybe bureaucratic system?
Actually, we have a very good cooperation with several ministries. We have a cooperation agreement with the Ministry of Industry. We have a cooperation agreement with the Ministry of Trade. We have a cooperation with the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fishery. And we have a cooperation with several business support organizations. And I have to tell you the truth that without their support, it would be impossible for us to do our work. So we do experience a lot of support from the Indonesian government. Although there might be bureaucracy, I mean, for probably the exporters, but if specifically for our work, we experience that we have a lot of support. And probably it's also because of the fact that we have been here for 20 years, so we established good relations with different ministries, and I cannot be more than only thankful, and the exporters actually should be also, by the support we're getting from the government. So personally, we at CBI, we don't suffer from if there is a bureaucracy.
We do hope so. All right, and then apparently CBI is doing cooperation with Indonesian Furniture and Handicraft Association, or AMCRI. So could you tell us a bit about it?
Well, actually, we appreciate a lot AMCRI because they are a sector association and they are member-based, and they have a wide scope of reach to the small and medium enterprises. I think their member number is now by approximately 800. So for us, it's an easy way to access to the small and medium enterprises. And at the same time, AMCRI and CBI have the same objective. We want strengthen the competitiveness of the small and medium Indonesian exporters to the European market. So with the same objective and the cooperation, joining our efforts, we are trying to reach the small and medium enterprises in Indonesia.
Okay, you often mentioned about the small, medium enterprises, but then what's so interesting about SMEs in Indonesia?
Well, actually, very interesting because they have competitive advantages. I think what is very obvious is that you have craftsmanship. And you have special material. Yes, if we are talking about the furniture sector. And I don't want to limit it to that, but we are focusing only on the furniture sector right now. So these are two things which are very advantage to the furniture sector in Indonesia.
Okay, and then one interesting point here will be, out of all sectors in Indonesia and maybe all associations in Indonesia, why did you choose, or why CBI choose to have a cooperation with Indonesian Furniture Association?
Well, AMCRI is not the exclusive partner of CBI in Indonesia. We have several partners. But in the furniture sector, we do believe that AMCRI is very strong, has a broad network, and they are member-based. So even the members of AMCRI are the exporters themselves, and they are part of the board. They are part of the executing staff. So they have a very good contact, and they are very close to the small and medium enterprises. And that's why we believe that AMCRI is a good partner. And we have also, of course, other good partners in different sectors, but we appreciate AMCRI a lot.
All right, so I see. AMCRI has a broad network and it has an access to international market as well.
Yes.
All right. And then, so as you mentioned about Indonesian products and the responses, why did CBI choose to have, all right, so it's about the taste, and then what about the market in the European market?
Well, we think that the furniture sector in Indonesia has traditionally been one of most vibrant and added value export-oriented sectors in Indonesia. And it's especially important because it generates employment for rural and disadvantaged populations, and at the same time it's preserving the traditional skills and the rich cultural heritage, which are the advantages of Indonesia and its craftsmanship.
Okay. And then, so what about the market segmentation of Indonesian furniture in Netherlands and European market?
Okay, so despite the the current economic unrest of the EU. We still think that the EU market is very sizable market and sufficiently segmented to offer, interesting niche markets to the furniture sector in Indonesia.
Segmented yet thriving.
Yes.
Okay, so lastly, what is your expectation towards Indonesia-Holland partnership?
I believe we have deeply rooted and a very long-standing relationship with Indonesia. Indonesia remains very important for the Netherlands and vice versa, since if we look at the exports from Indonesia towards the Netherlands, I think the Netherlands is the second largest trade partner in the European community for Indonesia. And we are, if we exclude, of course, the financial sector, the oil and gas and mining sector, I think we are the sixth largest foreign investor in Indonesia. So we have not only very strong trade relations, but also, of course, bilateral relations on a cultural level. We share a history together. So I do believe that we will have continuous cooperation and that we can benefit each other.
Okay, and that is it. We hope we could continue this partnership and benefiting each other.
Yes.
All right, so thank you, Nadia, so much for your time, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
That was Ms. Nadia Ouahdani. She is the CBI Program Manager of Foreign Affairs Ministry of the Netherlands, talking about the role of CBI in supporting export performance. And up next, we still have some more news and business updates. Stay with Revenews International. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business.
Life fulfillment, success,
Mungkin pada saat kita berani dan ternyata salah, ini mungkin kita bisa ambil hikmahnya ya.
love,
Karena seorang pemuda mau menyatakan cinta gitu, nggak berani.
accomplishment. This is the best way to get your joyful life.
Kita menyesal, kita bertobat, kita berjanji tidak akan melakukannya
Don't miss
lagi.
happiness with Arfan Prayansyah on MNC Business.
In-depth news from the business world, based on real facts and current issues. Regardless of the kind of business you're in, you must watch this before you act. Special report, only on MNC Business.
Optimistis kondisi sektor properti tahun depan akan lebih baik dibandingkan dengan tahun ini.
These market players, policymakers, market analysts, and many inspiring business experts will reveal the secrets.
Hari ini disuspensi oleh Bursa Efek Indonesia karena kenaikan yang tidak cukup signifikan. Dalam dialog saham, dialog movers and shakers.
Movers and shakers on MNC Business.
This break, only on MNC Business.
Back to Revenues International. As Ministry of Industry aims to increase the production of cocoa in Indonesia to be 3 times bigger, it will hold a vital role in foreign exchange and labor absorption. Therefore, the ministry will struggle to revise the export and import duties levied for cocoa products to the United States and European Union. Indonesian cocoa production is the third largest in the world, with total production in 2013 of 410,000 tons, or about 10% of global total production, which reached 4.1 million tons. That matter needs to be encouraged because the cocoa total production 2020 is predicted to reach 1.2 million tons, or about 3 times bigger than current total production. Industry Ministry's Director General of Agriculture Industry, Pangga Susanto, stated that the national cocoa industry will hold a vital role in the future, especially in terms of foreign exchange and labor absorption. As a matter of fact, the industry contributed 1.15 billion US dollar of foreign exchange in 2013, while in 2014, 19 cocoa industry companies with investment of 4.65 trillion rupiah could absorb 5,800 laborers. Conversely, high export duty levied on processed products of cocoa to export target countries, including the United States and European Union, made the industry hampered. On the other hand, African countries which supply cocoa products to the United States and European Union are not being export duty levied.
Terus adanya perbedaan bea masuk kakao olahan di negara anggota tujuan, yaitu di di Eropa kita itu dikenakan 7,7% sampai 9,6% ke Eropa. Sementara negara-negara Afrika, Ghana dan Pantai Gading itu 0% karena mereka bekas jajahan Eropa. Kita juga bekas jajahan Eropa, tapi Belanda. Jadi Belanda nggak makan coklat.
Pangga Susanto added that in the next 5 years, Ministry of Industry will revise the export duty for cocoa seeds from the progressive tariff of 5 to 15% to 15% flat. They would also suggest to levy export duty of 5% for cocoa liquor. Other than that, there will be a suggestion about reduction of import duty to the European Union from 7.7 to 9.6% to 0%. Therefore, the Ministry of Trade will be asked to propose European Union so the import duty will be 0%. Jakarta, Eulena Wibisana, MNC Business. APRDI is optimistic for fund management will be reaching 1,000 trillion rupiah in 2017. This optimism is supported by society's awareness towards mutual fund, which is reported to be increasing. Indonesia Mutual Fund Management Association, or APRDI, is optimistic for managed fund target to reach 1,000 trillion rupiah in 2017 could be achieved. In order to realize the target, the association will be intensifying socialization and education regarding alternative investment products such as mutual fund. Moreover, the association will be also aiming for potential investors from retail industry. Chairman of APRDI, Danny Taher, explained that up until January 2015, the total of fund management industry has been reaching 400 trillion rupiah, which 240 trillion rupiah from the total fund is from mutual fund.
1.000 triliun ini adalah total dana kelolaan dari industri yang kita harapkan akan kita capai di tahun 2017. Sebagai gambaran, pada saat ini dana kelolaan industri kita adalah kurang lebih sekitar 240 triliun dari reksadana plus 143 dari KPD dan mungkin sekitar 20 triliun dari BPT, Pak ya. Jadi kurang lebih kita sekarang ada di posisi sekitar 400 triliun.
Meanwhile, head of Commissioner Board in the Financial Services Authority, Mulyaman Haddad, stated that with the existing potency, which is considered to be quite big, APRDI is expected to be able to optimize the potency and introduce mutual fund product to society and create the society's awareness regarding to the product.
Pendapatan masyarakat juga terus meningkat, ya, dan bertumbuh kembangnya kelompok masyarakat menengah di Indonesia yang jumlahnya sangat besar. Saya kira ini kesempatan yang luar biasa bagi APRDI dan rekan-rekan yang lain untuk selalu memperkenalkan alternatif investasi melalui reksadana ini.
Jakarta, Gilang Praditya, MNC Business. And now we'll bring you some information and update news from Koran Sendiri newspaper and also from Akizan.com. From Koran Sendiri newspaper, government is threatening to stop export permit of PT Freeport Indonesia as the giant company is considered to be not serious in developing smelter and support downstreaming industry. Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources Sudirman Said expressed the disappointment towards the company as up until now the company's smelter project in Gresik of East Java is reported to be not progressing. Still from Koran newspaper, state gas company PT PGN is allocating capital expenditure of 800 million US dollar or equal to 10 trillion rupiah for 2015. The corporate secretary of the company, Harry Yusuf, stated that the capex will be for infrastructure development in the sector and also some other main projects of the company. Moving to occasion.com, to realize government's program to develop a national maritime sector, the government is planning to develop Kuala Tanjung Seaport in North Sumatra. For the first stage of the development, the government will be needing investment of around $400 million US. Information on gold investment, Aneka Tambang's gold price is reported to be increasing by 4,000 rupiah to the level of 564,000 rupiah per gram. In line with this, the buyback price is also reported to be increasing by 4,000 rupiah into 500,000 rupiah per gram. That was Revenews International today. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel, only on MNC Business, the first business channel in Indonesia. You can also follow our Twitter at Reven_MNCB. I'm Adrian Sumanyutak signing off. Thank you for watching and have a good day.